On Ghana's payroll, you'll find teachers, nurses, some of which haven't been paid in a long while, and then ghosts. About 60,000 of them, who for some reason have enjoyed consistent pay every single month. Now, this is not the kind of situation you call a pastor for just because I mentioned ghosts. This is the kind of situation you get the Attorney General on. And he has filed not one, not two, not three, but 14 charges against former NSS boss Osei Esibe Entry, and another 5 against his deputy, Gifty Oware-Mensah. Is this a supernatural heist? Maybe. But hey, the living must live to tell the tale, so let's unpack what has been really going down with the NSS scandal before we get into the rest of this week's stories. Here on This Week in News, I am Etornam Kumashie. So here's what's happening with the National Service Scheme. The Attorney General has officially charged 2 of its former top bosses, and the numbers are jaw-dropping. Former Executive Director Osei Esibe Entry is facing 14 charges for allegedly, paying allowances to over 60,000 ghost service personnel, costing Ghana more than 500 million Ghana cedis. He is also accused of moving millions into his personal accounts and taking over 100 million Ghana cedis meant for a farm project that never happened. His former deputy, Gifty Oware-Mensah, isn't off the hook either. She is also facing 5 charges for allegedly using ghost names to secure a 31 million Ghana cedi loan through her private company. Hey, although the scandal is said to have drained about 650 million from the country's coffers, the case is now in court, and the country is watching to see how deep this one really goes. In Ketakrachi, a boat carrying passengers capsized on the Volta Lake. 16 people died. 11 of them were kids. It's truly heartbreaking, really heartbreaking. The Vice President, Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman, visited the community and said the government will handle the full burial costs and support the survivors. She also dropped off over 600 life jackets and basically begged everyone to start wearing them every single time. Now, the Ghana Maritime Authority confirmed what we all guessed about the boat. You know, it was overloaded. They are now investigating, working with the Navy and the Transport Ministry, and they are promising a serious clampdown on unsafe boats. So if you're a boat operator overloading passengers or skipping life jackets, know that you might be running out of time. This is truly a sad story, but hopefully it sparks some actual action. So that's the situation at Ketakrachi. Heartbreaking, but hopefully a turning point for real change on our waters. When we move away from tragedy, then we go to triumph, because right now, nothing, and I mean nothing, concerns Ghanaians more than one burning question. Who is hosting the 2026 World Cup? Are we talking Mexico, Canada, or the US? Pick your fighter. Of course, most people are rooting for the United States because, I mean, let's be honest, we have family there, we have friends, etc. So it's like it's a good place, viable. But hey, Mexico also has the vibe. Canada has what? Maybe cold. And the US, some of your family members. And visa queues. So while FIFA is still tossing coins to decide, we can actually celebrate because we have qualified. Yes, Ghana is back in the game. A solid victory against Chad and a respectable one with Comoros. And just like that, the Black Star is rising again and we'll bask in the glory while we wait and remind everyone that when it comes to football, we know they carry last like that.
Congratulations to the Black Stars on reaching the FIFA World Cup for the 5th time in history. Your fans will bring color, style and passion to the greatest FIFA World Cup ever in 2026 in Canada, Mexico and the United States. And we expect that your team will establish more global stars to follow in the footsteps of the famous team that made the quarterfinals of the tournament in South Africa in 2010.
Now, one thing about Gen Zs is that they can be extremely distracted at one point and depose a government at the next. 1 minute, it's memes and makeup tutorials and all the stuff on social media. The next minute, it's a showdown with a regime. Gen Z in Madagascar moved from, we want a change with the government to we have changed government. And we've seen this wave before in the Philippines, Indonesia, Kenya, Sri Lanka, and now Madagascar. The African Union has already suspended the country, calling for a return to civilian rule and fresh elections. But their president is still holding on. So amidst all that chaos, one thing is clear. One thing is very clear. Gen Z might scroll fast, but when they decide to move, the whole system shakes. And you may have heard also about Daddy Lumba and all that is transpiring and going on with his family. His children, however, have said that they will continue to be united. They do not want to be a part of the whole brouhaha, and they hope that everything can be resolved amicably. Now, have you heard of the crypto crash that essentially caused some people to take their own lives? That story is on starfm.com.gh as well as all our social media platforms. We have more for you, so do check them out. Thank you so much for joining me for This Week in News. Once again, I am Etornam Kumashie. I'll be here again next week. Do enjoy the rest of your weekend.